Good morning, everyone. We're doing Reish Nun Zayin Sif Chet. We talk about Hatmona Shehiyah in Hatmona in Kirayim. Kirayim is like a small oven that doesn't have such a strong heat, but it's with coals. And the second part will be what? Hatmona in a tanur. It's also type, but you want to close the opening. You put like teeth. So when you put like teeth, to close it, or you have, let's say, a lock, whatever you call it today, if you're allowed to use it in Shabbat or not. So let's say it's a long piece, but we'll try to do it. Afal pi, even though, shemutar lehashot kdira al gabei kira, you're allowed to leave, if you put it before Shabbos, you're allowed to leave the pot in a kira, sheyesh begechalim, על פי הדרכים שנתברו בסימן ריש נון גימל, סעיף א', what is the ways that you're allowed to put the kira, the pot on top of a kira? It's called garuf or katum. Garuf means that what? That you took out all the coals. In katum, that you put sand or whatever, efer or ashes on top of the coals. And like this, when you put it like that, it doesn't, it's no chash of mechate begechol. No chash of what you use the coals, and then will be what? Then will be a problem. Then in order not to be mavi. If you covered it with clothes, even though the clothes are not adding any heat, because we said in order to do hatmona you have to have two conditions. One condition has to be cooked, mevushel kol tzokoi, and second has to be what? Wherever you cover it, it's not moisif hevel. It doesn't add heat into the pot. But over here, even though you want to cover it and enclose, even though the clothes on their own doesn't add any heat, so l'chol should be allowed to be hatmona. Says the mechaber, mikol machmat esh shetachtea moisif hevel ve'asur. Since the oven himself, wherever the coals is, or because you covered it, but it still has the heat, or even if you took out garuf, you took out all the coals, but always you have sometimes a little bit, small coals here, somewhere, and it adds to the heat. Since it's moisif hevel is adding to the heat, that's why it's forbidden. Miu, says the mechaber, kol shu binyan shena b'gadim nugim b'gdera, but we have a ways to be matir to do hatmon. If you put it before Shabbos, or we talk about when you put it before Shabbos, she'ena b'gadim nugim b'gdera, if the clothes doesn't touch actually the pot itself, like you put it above it, I mean it's like from far away, it doesn't touch. General, the Shlomo says if atmona means that you cover the whole pot from all sides. But if you didn't cover it from all sides, that's it's not called hatmona. So any type of strange way, like you don't put the clothes really on top of the kdira. Let's say you just cover the tanur, the oven. Or aber pishesh esh tachtia. Kevan shenose derech hatmana show, since it's not the regular way how to do hatmana means what? Store it. Since you don't that way, that's it's a lot. Hilkach, heicha shemamid gdera al gabi kira, im kofe, or kupach, shesh begechalim, those different type of ovens, and shulai gdera nugim begechalim, shiu mikre umuto. That's considered like ashaya. Ashaya means that I leave it before Shabbos, and in Shabbos himself it continues just staying on top of the oven. So then it's allowed. Al pi adachim shenitbaru b'siman reish nun gimel means garuf or kotum, means or you took out the coals, or even if you left the coals, but you put on it ashes or sand, whatever it is, so you're not going to be, it's no chash of what? Chiti b'gechol. No chash of what? Of storing the coals. That's the regular case, the regular classic case. The question is right now in the mechaber, what about a plata? A plata is the plata. Or you'll have to put on top of that to be covered. If you do it just general, when they do the hatmona, if you don't put it on top of the plata, it means you put it on the side, just cover it before Shabbat. You cover the clothes, because you won't have hot clothes, like the Mishnah says in the end, is a person that is against eating hot stuff in Shabbos, that's in Mishnah Brurah, is considered apikoyres. Says in the book of Baal HaMoel, Baal HaMoel died at the age of 19. And he wrote his Pirush on the whole Shas at the age of 19. That's the age you wrote. You have the Mora Kotan, he wrote it before the age of 13. And the Mora Godel, he wrote it in 19. So he writes over it, the Baal HaMoel writes like that. Kol misheno chel chamin, that's for you, Rabbi Yeshua. V'tzorich lehazmin, levashel ulatmin. And then comes out that in Shabbat he has to tell a goy to make hitfim or tea. Ulehanik is a Shabbos. He's missing the onik Shabbos. Uleashmin. What is lashmin? You know what lashmin means? To gain weight, to get fat.
What does apikoros mean?
If he does that, and he this, once again, zoiche lekeitzayim, he'll be zoiche for keitzayim. If he does all that.
That's amazing.
It's ches amazing. But if a person worried about the diet and all those things in Shabbos, he's losing the ches amazing. Okay, so what do you wanted to ask?
What does apikoros mean?
Apikoros means the guy doesn't have any connection to the Torah. He's cutting himself. That's in a simple understanding. It's more deeper, but. Okay, now this is the regular case. So we want to know about a plata. This is a very question. Are you allowed to cover it or not? A lot of people cover it. They put it on the plata, but they also cover it. So it's two reasons the Mishnah Brurah brings that. What is the chashash? One is if you do it in gefet, the gefet moisif hevel means one chashash is sofas hevel, and the second chashash is what that. First is moisif hevel himself, and another chashash maybe it'll be toimenet in gefet, something as moisif hevel. First is be choshesh, will be actually putting it, the pot itself in. Put it in the gefet, something that is able, or stam, because of, otherwise they'll get cold. Yeah? So, those two svores, putting on a plata, so, in one way of chash of gefet, maybe what, you'll shema yatmin beremet, this is not shaykh, because a plata is covered. You don't actually touch the heat. But in the other side of what? The other side was they get moisif hevel matzmo. They plant themselves as moisif hevel, so you're not allowed to do what a hatmon, even though if you did be'erev Shabbos. Lemaise, the Mishnah Brurah says if somebody does it before Shabbos, en nimchus biyad hanagim lakil, because they have somebody to lean on. But then he says. The Mishnah says you have to have the two svars together. You have to have also something that not moisif hevel, and also has to be that it's complete closed, like plata. Plata is complete closed. So what we do, lemaisa. As I said, also my father used to cover two covers on the pot, but we didn't do a atmona. You just put it in the pot, but some people put like a big cloth on top of it. It says like a chvod Shabbos kodesh or whatever it is. So lichoiro. If somebody does it, you cannot, if it's not covered from all the sides, if it's open from one side, like, ma?
They do is they cover.
ומשאירים את זה פתוח מצד אחד, that's what Shlomo Zalman says, and then it's allowed.
They put a towel, but they should touch the edge and the sides of the pot. Only on top, it's just put on top. It doesn't touch
the side.
Is okay. It's not up to you. Cover the whole side.
אבל יש מקלים אפילו גם את הצדדים. זה ה...
You put a towel on top, but it should fall on the sides.
העובדיה מקל הספרדים, מקל אפילו... מה? אז עושים שזה... לא מכסים את הכל. אבל אם אני רוצה לשים את זה ביום, if I want to put it in the day, then, no, the whole talking, what the Mishnah Brurah is talking about, the tomorrow night, to do בערב Shabbos. What if I put it in Shabbos himself?
You take a vessel, you turn it over, and you put it on top of the kli, and then when you do that tomorrow, you put the cloth just on top, not on the sides. That's what you do. That's on Shabbos.
Okay.
Shabbos, you don't put directly in the plata. You put
A kli, not a vessel, and then you put... וכן מותר להניח גדרה בתנורים של אדום ואיתו בת קירו. תנורים של עדי שייתן בתוכו חתיך החי, if he puts a live piece, that's really in סימן ראשון ג' והוא שלא תהיה גדרה נוגעת בכחלים, but it shouldn't touch, you know, the pot himself should not touch the coals. אבא בשמכסה פי התנור בבגדים, כיוון שהבגדים זה רע, לאו התמון. It's again, it's not considered התמון, whatever is not considered in the category of storage, then it's allowed. Let's just see the רמו, and this we're going to enter it. הגוי והתמון השויסים במינוס אלו, שמתנים בתנור ותכינו תפילתו בתית. Let's say if I put it in a small box, and I lock the box. You know, today they have certain platot that it covers from everywhere, and you lock it with a lock. So then for sure you're allowed, because there's no chash of storing. Yeah? That's if you see the blech, some blechs they have on top of the fire, and they also have covering all the things that you turn.
You can have the pot completely covered? I thought you have to.
No, it has to be open on one side.
You have to be able to see it.
You have the one side has to be open.
You have to be able to see the.
Yeah, it has to be open in one side. Yes, you're right. It has to be open in one side. Now we enter the last part. Mitzvah latmin Shabbat. It's important you should eat hot stuff in Shabbos. כדי של חמין בשבס, כי זהו כבוד שבס ועונג שבס. וכל מי שלא מאמין בדברי חול, anybody doesn't believe in the rabbis, ואו יסר אכילס חמין בשבס, it says you shouldn't eat hot stuff in Shabbos, חיישין את שמה פיקוריסו. So we said that the Balamoyel says, it's not only eating, you have to get fat a little bit. That's, if somebody does that, it's zeicha for the next world. That was a chiddush today. Have a good day today.